Hey guys, so for social studies, we are talking about heroic or heroic people in our in history, either in our community, in the United States. So just people in history that have done heroic deeds. And so we kind of talked about what was a hero. Y'all gave me kind of like a little definition of what a hero is. Remember, a hero, it doesn't have to be a famous person. It's anyone that does a heroic deed. And so these are people who have done something, to change our community. They've done something to kind of help people. And so we talked about a lot of these people come from the military that we are going to be talking about these next couple of days. So we learned about Memorial Day. And those are Memorial Day, we celebrate our fallen military people that have passed away either in service or when they get out of the service. And a lot of people, when we think about heroes, we think about our people in the military. So today we're going to talk about Hector P Garcia, community changer. He is actually a person from Texas, and we're going to learn about what heroic deeds did he do. And you're going to kind of tell me in your own words what you think was a heroic deed he did. And so he is from the military, and we're going to find out what he did in the military and what he did to change our community. So Hector P Garcia. So his early life. So it kind of shows Mexico and part of Texas and about where he grew up. So let's look about his early life. Dr. Garcia was born on January 17th, 1914. He lived in Tamaulipas, Mexico. He was a baby. When he was a baby, in 1917, his family left Mexico in 1917 to escape violence. Hector's family went to live in Texas. His father started a business. His mother was a school teacher. So he was born in Mexico, but left Mexico and settled in Texas. His education. Hector received a love for learning from his parents. He graduated high school in 1932. That same year, he began college at the University of Texas in Austin, Texas. He studied animal science. He was one of the top 10 students, so he was very smart, very bright. After earning his degree in Austin, he moved to Galveston, Texas in 1940. He started another degree in medicine at the University of Texas in Galveston. So he started off in Austin to the University of Texas to study animals studied animal science, and then he wanted to study medicine. So he wanted to get another degree. And just down the road from us in Galveston. So at the University of Texas, Hector studied zoology. So that was the study of animals. So here's the University of Texas. And then the University of Texas in Galveston, he studied medicine and became a doctor. That's why at the beginning they said Dr. Garcia. So right now I kind of want you to stop, grab a piece of paper, and I want you to write down what is a fact you learned about Hector P. Garcia. So far I want you to write down one fact that you have learned about Hector P. Garcia. So pause the video, write it down, and then start the video again. Military. So he was a person in the military. In 1942, Hector was called into the Army. He was in charge of a group of soldiers. He served during World War II and earned the Bronze Star Medal. He earned many other medals in war as he led American soldiers. Most importantly, he met his wife in Italy. Her name was Wanda Fazzolo. They married in 1945. So this is him. Picture military, and he was in the Army, and he was in World War II in the 1940s. Very long time ago. Medical doctor. So after the war in 1945, Dr. Garcia and his family moved back to Texas. He opened a doctor's office in Corpus Christi and treated anyone who came through his doors. Some of his patients were poor and could not pay. He treated them for free. So think about it. He helped any type of person that came through that door, whether they could pay him the money or not. Okay, so I want you to think about, just from that, I want you to think about, what kind of person was he? What kind of person was he? And that leads us into our next one. So I want you to stop, grab a piece of paper, and I want you to answer the question. What would you use, what word, so one word, would you use to describe Dr. Garcia? What is a reason that supports your choice? So I want you to write, I think Dr. Garcia was, and you're going to pick an adjective to describe him. And I think this because, why do you think this? So think about, use examples from what we just learned. Statue of Dr. Garcia. So I went to the college where this statue is at. This is a 9-foot tall statue at Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, Texas. So I got my teacher degree from A&M in Corpus Christi. And this statue is in one of their outdoor areas. And I actually would walk past this statue every day to go to class. A group called the League of United Latin American Citizens was in Corpus Christi, Texas. They worked to protect the rights of Hispanic Americans. In 1947, they asked Hector Garcia to serve as their leader. He worked to fight for equality. So one of the things about Hector Garcia was he was a Hispanic American, he was a Mexican, so he had that culture, and he helped other people of his ethnicity to get the same equal rights as other people. So in the 1960s, Dr. Garcia gives a book to President Johnson. He met President Johnson. That's pretty neat. Through his life, Hector P Garcia worked with several groups. He fought to ensure people were treated fairly. He fought for equality and civil rights. He worked with presidents of the United States and received numerous medals. So he was there to help others, to make sure that they got the same treatment that other people got. So honor Dr. Garcia with President Bush in 1980s. This is him, and this is President Bush. So it says, to Hector Garcia with best wishes, George Bush. And so Hector P. Garcia, he was born in 1914, and he died in 1996. So I was 6 years old. So this is him right here. Okay. So what I want you to do is you're going to submit what you wrote down. So you're going to write, what is a fact you learned about Hector P. Garcia? And then you're going to submit, what word would you use to describe Dr. Garcia? What is a reason that supports your choice? So we see Hector P. Garcia as a hero in our community. He has done some heroic deeds. Just the fact that he was a doctor out there who wanted to help everyone, whether they could afford his services or not. The fact that he fought for people's civil rights, for their rights, for equality, to make sure that everybody was getting treated fairly. Those are heroic deeds that he did, and those are heroic deeds that anybody can do that makes someone a hero.